Hey, I'm Julie, also known as JulieXD, and back in September I participated in a game jam called Patch Notes version 1.0 hosted by Indieformer. Okay, low-key, it's been a hot minute since then, but to be fair, I was in the trenches of school. Anyways, remember how I was complaining about how much of a time crunch it was to do a 4-day long game jam? Yeah, well, this one is a 3-day long game jam, but I recruited my friend Rotusdil to help out with the art aspect of the game, so thank you again Rotusdil, because otherwise the game art would look like this. Yeah, anyways, so this year's Patch Notes version 1.0 theme is "The Error is the Feature." Okay, mind you, this theme was revealed at like 12 AM and me and Rosto literally had no clue what to do. Like, this is what we said about the theme when we saw it. And then we started cooking and we were like, what if the user is on normal desktop screen and there's some kind of error like a virus, which makes the user enter the real game, which is hidden behind the normal looking desktop screen. Spoiler alert, we ended up going with a different storyline. And then about 1 AM, me and Rosto entered like a flow state where we brainstormed about how our game should look like and some game mechanisms, the internet dinosaur game, interactable window pop-ups, and stick figure player movements, etc. We finished brainstorming at around 2 AM, but mostly because I wanted to sleep. Anyways, okay, on day 1, I got the window pop-ups to work with the player's mouse clicks, and I also got the stick figure player movement to work as well. I decided to add in the player animations later on since I've done that before in Unity and I wanted to focus on more of the core game mechanisms. I originally wanted to utilize the stick figure player movement to have them platform on top of open window pop-ups, but we decided against it since it seemed a little too easy. Rotusdil suggested that instead of platformers, we can have mini levels or attacks within each of the window pop-ups that is related to each of the apps. So for example, the calendar app shows an actual calendar, but it's up to the users or the players to figure out what is the hidden password behind it. We also decided to narrow down our idea and decided that we wanted it to be more of an escape room or a puzzle type of game, where the goal is to help out the error, which ends up being the sentient stick figure who is aware of what's going on and does not want to be erased when the player deletes Windows System 32. Anyways, on day 2, I was low-key MIA for most of the day since I had to go get my jeans tailored, which is great because now my jeans don't drag onto the ground anymore. But I did get home at around 7 PM and I started working on the internet dinosaur game in our Gogglecron desktop app, and here's how that went. Anyways, I fixed the dinosaur game, but the buildings still come flying in randomly off the screen, but that's a problem for another day. On day 3 at 6 AM, my neighbor's car started beeping and going off for like 15 minutes straight, and that woke me up, so that was great. The first thing I did was add a win and reset state to the dinosaur game. The win state was originally to get a score of 200, but I was literally so bad at the dinosaur game that I kept lowering the score until I could beat it at 100. So when the user beats the dinosaur game, they earn a key which is used to unlock the locked folder on the desktop. At around 4 PM, I finished setting up the numpad to work when the user enters a specific code to delete System 69. I also finally added in the stick figure player animations, and it kind of reminded me of those old school like stick figure fighting animation videos on YouTube where they would fight on a Windows desktop screen. I wrapped up the rest of the UI integration, added a starting scene, an ending scene, settings, credits, and the audio that only plays like twice in the entire game while the rest of the game is in silence. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make the audio loop smoothly since the music would constantly start over from the beginning every time the player died in the dinosaur game. I also ran into issues with the game's screen scaling aspect ratio on itch.io when I uploaded the game onto their website. Basically, I figured out after the deadline that I accidentally set the UI to be scaled by pixel instead of scaling to the user's screen size, which means that the user did not have a 1920 by 1080 screen ratio. Then the UI is like non-existent unless they zoom out manually. But yeah, anyways, we ended up submitting the game at 7 minutes and 55 seconds left before the deadline. Also, fun fact, we did not come up with our game name until like 4 hours before the deadline, and we ended up going with the name Welcome Back User. After the game jam ended, there was a voting period where we can play and rate each other's submitted games. Our game ended up placing at number 96 overall out of 474 entries, so we were pretty happy with our placement being in the top 100. We also placed at number 87 for the innovation category, and what was even more surprising was that our game ended up placing at number 15 in the art category. So thank you again, Rotusdil, for carrying in the art. Also, if you want to check out our game, I'll put a link to it in the description. But yeah, I plan on joining more game jams in 2026, so I'm looking forward to see how much I have improved by then. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.